Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into another chilling tale from the world's most haunted roads. If you love eerie mysteries and spine-tingling stories, you're in the right place. In this episode, we're heading to the misty moors of Dartmoor, Devon, to uncover the legend of the Hairy Hands of B3212. This bizarre and terrifying phenomenon has puzzled travelers for decades, leaving a trail of fear and unanswered questions. So, buckle up and get ready as we unravel one of the creepiest tales you'll ever hear. Let's begin. Deep within the mist-shrouded expanse of Dartmoor in Devon lies the infamous B3212. A lonely stretch of road that has earned a chilling reputation over the years. Known for its eerie beauty and treacherous terrain, this road is the setting of one of England's most terrifying legends, the tale of the Hairy Hands. The legend of the Hairy Hands dates back to the early 20th century, when reports of bizarre and horrifying incidents began to surface. Travelers describe being forced off the road by an unseen force that gripped their steering wheels or handlebars. Those who survived these encounters claim to have seen large, hairy hands appear suddenly and seize control, steering them into dangerous situations. One of the earliest and most chilling accounts occurred in 1921. A doctor riding his motorcycle along the B3212 late one evening was thrown violently from his vehicle. Though he survived, he later recounted a terrifying moment just before the crash. According to his testimony, hairy hands appeared out of nowhere, gripping his handlebars and wrenching them away from him. Despite his struggle to regain control, the hands were unnaturally strong and drove him off the road. Shortly after the doctor's experience, another tragic incident occurred. A young couple was camping near the road when the husband decided to drive into town for supplies. Hours later, the wife was informed of her husband's death. Witnesses reported that his car had veered off the road and struck a tree. The crash was so violent that it was initially attributed to reckless driving. However, friends and family insisted he was an experienced driver. Strangely, his wife later revealed that her husband had confided in her about feeling uneasy while driving along the B3212. He had mentioned sensing an unnatural presence in the car with him, though he dismissed it as fatigue. The unexplained circumstances of his death added fuel to the growing legend of the Hairy Hands. In the 1940s, a family camping near the B3212 had a night they would never forget. As they settled into their tent, they began to hear strange noises outside. The rustling of leaves, faint growling, and the unmistakable sound of heavy footsteps circling their campsite. The father decided to investigate, but found nothing unusual. That night, the family awoke in terror when their tent began to shake violently. Looking out, they saw massive, disembodied hairy hands clawing at the fabric. The father grabbed a lantern and stepped outside, but the hands disappeared into the darkness. Shaken, the family packed up and left at first light, vowing never to return to Dartmoor. In the 1950s, a delivery driver had his own harrowing experience on the B3212. Driving late at night, he felt his steering wheel jerk violently to the side. Startled, he gripped it tightly, but an unseen force seemed to fight him for control. As he struggled, he caught a glimpse of something horrifying in the dim glow of his headlights. A pair of enormous hairy hands gripping the wheel alongside his own. The driver's vehicle veered dangerously close to the edge of the road before he managed to slam on the brakes. When he looked again, the hands were gone. He reported the incident to his employer, who dismissed it as a hallucination caused by exhaustion. But the driver knew what he had seen, and he avoided the B3212 from that night forward. Over the years, the legend of the Hairy Hands has captured the imagination of locals and paranormal enthusiasts alike. Theories about the origin of these spectral hands range from tragic accidents to ancient curses. Some believe the hands belong to a long-dead prisoner or convict, their spirits seeking vengeance on travelers. Others suggest that the hands are the manifestation of dark energy tied to Dartmoor's history of violence and hardship. Skeptics, however, offer more rational explanations. The B3212 is a narrow, winding road surrounded by rugged terrain, making it inherently dangerous. Poor visibility due to frequent fog and the road's sharp turns could easily lead to accidents. Exhaustion and the isolation of the area may also play tricks on the minds of weary travelers, creating the illusion of ghostly hands. Even in recent years, reports of strange occurrences on the B3212 persist. Motorists claim to feel sudden, inexplicable jerks on their steering wheels, while cyclists speak of unseen forces tugging at their handlebars. In 2013, a motorist shared a chilling story of being forced to pull over when her car's steering seemed to take on a mind of its own. As she sat on the roadside, gathering her wits, she noticed faint handprints on the exterior of her car's windows, too large to belong to any human. Paranormal investigators who have visited the road report an unsettling atmosphere, with many claiming to feel watched or followed. Some have even recorded strange noises, including deep growls and rustling bushes, though no definitive evidence of the hairy hands has been captured. The legend of the hairy hands continues to fascinate and terrify those who hear it. Whether it is a tale of supernatural vengeance or a cautionary story about the dangers of Dartmoor's treacherous roads, the B3212 remains a site of intrigue. Travelers passing through are often reminded to stay alert and vigilant, lest they become the next victim of the infamous hairy hands. For those who dare to drive the B3212 after dark, the legend serves as both a warning and a thrill. As the road winds through the misty expanse of Dartmoor, every shadow takes on a sinister shape, and every unexpected movement could be the start of an encounter with the unknown. If you find yourself gripping your steering wheel a little tighter, you may wonder, are you in control? Or is something else guiding your path?